My name is TJ Gamble, and this is Brewzle. But what does it actually take to get one of these in the state of Alabama?
So all told, we spent about $400, but this is what we got.
That's a good whiskey. There's a lot going on there. All right, we are live this Monday, but today we are only live on the YouTubes. We decided to just simplify it back down. Let's see how it goes. Let me know in the YouTube chat, can you see me? Can you hear me? Hit the like button for me if you would. If we're gonna stream only on YouTube, let's try to make this a record-breaking occurrence here. Looks like we got Kyle over there. What's going on?
Hello,
Saw him
Kyle.
a little earlier today. Justin Van D, Jerry Thompson, Brewzle Grant, Sam Wallets with the membership. All good, awesome. Brandon says I inspire him to drink bourbon. I apologize for that, Brandon. I'm sorry about that.
You inspire him to drink bourbon.
Yeah.
You inspire me to drink bourbon also?
Well, you inspired me to drink bourbon, baby, heavily.
Oh, that's funny. See, everybody else is welcoming me back, and you are obviously not.
I said you inspired me to drink.
Heavily. You said heavily.
Okay.
That's not good.
Jill is back. Noah says I am the reason he is broke. That's fair. And again, I apologize. Sorry about that.
Me too, Noah.
I'm the reason you're broke? Because I don't make enough money? Is that what it is?
Well, no. No, I didn't
She
say
spends. She spends.
No, you're the reason I'm broke.
Women are expensive. The Georgia players
got too
seem like
much
cool people.
bourbon.
Is that what it is?
Which bourbon?
I don't know. One could say I don't have enough. I don't know who that person is. They got a problem. But they could say they could say that.
You don't have enough.
The Georgia players were really, really fun.
Yeah,
had a great time with them.
That was a good hunt.
They did. I texted both of them last week, and just because that was a couple of weeks ago, and I asked them which ones of the bottles that they bought or that we bought for them stood out. Do you want to guess which of the bottles they liked the best?
Oh, I'm going to say, I'm trying to remember. Because you bought them a bottle of Michter's, didn't you?
We got each of them. One of them got a Michter's rye. The other one we got a Michter's bourbon.
Okay, I'm going to say the Michter's.
You're right. Both of them liked the Michter's. Out of all the bottles we bought them, both of them, the bottles that they had never had,
Right.
both of them liked the Michter's the best, for sure. So,
We didn't get them Ben Holiday, though. They already had tried that, right?
yeah, we didn't get them a holiday. So they like the Michter's. I like the Michter's. If you haven't had Michter's, buy Michter's. Michter's. I'm shilling you stuff here. Can we do a barrel pick? Can a guy get a M10 every once in a while, you know? Let's see.
War
Chat's
Eagle,
pretty
Chris.
active. Again, hit that like button. Let's get this thing underway because tonight we are trying to haul from that hunt. So all the stuff we got in Athens, we only bought 3 for ourselves, with 4. But like I'm not opening an E.H. Taylor. Like y'all don't need me to try E.H. Taylor. Let me know in the chat if you really need me to try an E.H. Taylor. I'm not gonna open another bottle. I'll open or drink the one behind us. But we're gonna try all the other ones because I have never had the 3 things we bought.
Wow.
Never had anything from 2 of the brands. Like literally never had these 3 labels.
Which means I've never
Although
had
I've
them.
had some stuff from Willett for sure. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. War Eagle from Minnesota right there.
I saw that.
Auburn
I
won
saw
the
War Eagle.
SEC championship
I
game
know.
this week.
War Eagle.
That's fun. Big Daddy Kane with the $5 super chat. Keep up the great work. Opened my eyes to new adventures in bourbon. Just copped a 2023 George T. Stag. Man, I hope you got a good price on that one because that is an exceptional pour. A lot of Dogs fans in here.
We do have a lot of Georgia fans.
That's fine. I'm opening up my palate here a little bit. We're going to go with maybe 2 high proof just to get started. But this is the Rabbit Hole single barrel cask strength high gold that we did in the last drop for the Brewzle Club. It is 108 proof, so that ain't too bad.
And
not
I
too
started with the Ben Holiday 1 barrel bourbon, which is 120.7.
Which one? Is this the bottle?
Yeah.
So you got the Meriwether Lewis?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I have.
Have not tried any of the St. Cloud abstracts, Cody. Haven't tried those. For scientific purposes, we need to know how consistent E.H. Taylor is from bottle to bottle.
Yeah.
pretty freaking consistent. Were any local brands? So yeah, I mean, we'll go through that in a minute. None of these were like big allocated stuff. The Pure Kentucky's from Willett. We did get a Hillrock Solera aged out of New York. I mean, they're not local to Athens, but they are, you know, not a huge brand. And then we got a King's Family Wheated, which I don't know exactly where they're from. We'll find out. We'll read the bottle here in just a minute.
Didn't I get a bottle there in Athens?
Yeah, you got the Pure Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
That was the Pure Kentucky that you got. That was the one that you found that you really liked. So, I mean, we were trying to find stuff for the Georgia players that maybe they had not tried that we thought they would like. And so a lot of the stuff like ASW, they had that. They have bottles of ASW. We could have got a short barrel toasted, but like toasted's one of those things. Some folks love it, some folks don't. So Rick finally scored a Magnus cigar blend, Jill. Have you had the Magnus cigar blend?
I don't know, because cigar blend does not sound like something I would want.
I think you will like that cigar blend. We'll toward the end of this stream.
There were no cigars involved in the blend, right?
There were no cigars involved in the blending. Somebody might have smoked a cigar after blending it. I don't know. But it did not have any tobacco in it, if that's what you're asking. It is meant to be like intense, flavorful to pair with a cigar. But we like intense and flavorful, even if there's no cigar involved. Thomas from Michigan in the house. I'm a little nasally because we had the yellow snow here in Alabama this week.
We did have the yellow snow.
Pollen everywhere.
Everywhere. You cannot get rid of it. Does not matter what you do. It's everywhere. It's infiltrated our home, our cars. It's everywhere.
Before we judge these whiskeys, I have to have a professional rinse. And now I'm ready.
Are you ready now?
Which one should we start with? You want to start with your Pure Kentucky?
Sure thing.
All right. First time I've ever had Pure Kentucky made
Are
in
we sharing this?
small
or-
batches. Should we share?
Yeah.
Should we be stingy?
Oh no, just in case it's not the pollen. I think it's just the pollen for you, but we won't share just in case.
Dang.
I love you, but you know.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
No. Don't do that.
It's not that kind of yellow snow,
No,
but
it's
also
pollen.
don't eat it. Same but different.
It really made me realize I should not have gotten a black vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Not
that's
a
a
good
yellow
idea.
vehicle.
It's a total yellow vehicle.
Let's hear this cork pop.
Got a yellow,
Oh, that
like,
was weak sauce.
top
Weak sauce on the cork pop.
inside.
Long pour.
Good grief. Good grief, husband.
What batch on the Pure Kentucky? Is that an H? What the world? I gotta get a light.
Can't see.
Well, it's 21-18. So you can see how 21-1, like 1-1 looks like a weird H in the dark. Small batch bourbon, handmade and hand bottled in Kentucky, aged in new charred oak barrels. Congratulations. They said, hey, we made it in Kentucky and it is bourbon. And we didn't make a ton of it. That's pretty much what they said on the label.
Yeah.
Great weekend for bourbon hunting. Picked up a Peerless Double Oaked and a Peerless Double Oaked Rye. But appreciate the support, and you scored, man. Those are great bottles. I've never tried the Double Oaked Rye. I need one. I need a Peerless Double Oaked Rye. J-Rock would say we need a barrel of Peerless Double Oaked Rye. That's what J-Rock, I don't know if J-Rock's in here, but he would be saying that.
He was here earlier.
We can't get most of the other holiday bottles in Ohio and haven't seen them in northern Kentucky either, says John F. Kennedy. Well, JFK, I'm glad you're still kicking around. Hate to hear about your accident in 1963 or whenever that was. What? It's JFK.
I know, I see that.
Like, after you've been president, I feel like we should retire a name. Don't you think?
Like, nobody can ever name.
We should just retire the name.
No.
Because I don't know if that's, like, is he actually John F. Kennedy? Or was that just a funny name?
Don't know.
Don't know. When are we dropping the Knoxville video? That's outside of my area of expertise. I would assume within the next 2 to 3 weeks. My guess would be week after next, but I'm not sure about that.
Ooh.
What do you think, Jill?
It's very young, I would say, and grassy.
So, Jill is not a huge fan of Willet products. I told her this was a Willet. She didn't like the Johnny Drum. Willet stuff tends to be very grain forward to me, so you pick up a lot of the grain intentionally. I think they're doing that intentionally.
But Frey is grain.
It is, yes.
And I love them. This is not the same.
Well, you know, grains can hit different.
This tastes more like grass than grain.
I see where you get that. Like, it's got a sharp harshness.
It's not, yeah, I mean, it's not like bad per se, but
Just not your
it's
jam.
not my jam.
Okay. We got to clean up the bar here. Sorry, Aaron.
But I am interested to see if I just let it sit.
We're cleaning.
Because it wasn't anything like really off-putting, but I just don't, I care for more of the vanilla,
Yep.
caramel.
Sweet. Yeah.
I'm not more, I don't really like the grass and like, this is like.
It's definitely like, it's almost got that kind of dry dustiness to it on the finish.
I tend to like a mint, but this is definitely minty too, a little bit.
Yeah. That kind of dryness interact with the grain.
I don't know. I mean, I like.
I'm gonna make
finish.
a little infinity blend here for the end of the stream.
Like it finishes well.
Okay.
I just don't like
but
that
out of
harshness
10, what are you giving it?
at the
right here?
beginning. I don't
What's
know.
the Jilly score?
Oh.
Tom, watching from Penfield, New York, drinking a pour from Black Button Distillery in Rochester. When are you and Jill coming to upstate New York?
Ooh, I hope
We're
soon.
trying to get up there this year, Tom. Don't know when exactly, but we are definitely working on it. And I've got some bottles from Black Button here as well. Pretty interesting stuff. Did you give it a score?
See, now the second sip was better.
Okay. Devin, settling in to watch my favorite bourbon YouTuber while sipping on a glass of delicious Dickel whiskey. Well, I am glad you enjoy George Dickel. I'm glad somebody does. That way they can stay in business. And I'm glad that you're able to watch Jill today.
Oh.
His favorite bourbon. He didn't specify, but I'm assuming he's talking about you.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm assuming he's talking about you.
I did like Joshua. I did like the Blue Note 17. It was really good. There is some Dickel out there that I enjoy, apparently. It just has to be of legal age.
I would give that a 6.
You'd give that a 6. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I much preferred the second sip than the first.
I
I'm
understand.
gonna let it sit. I'm interested to see. I want it to sit.
Kenneth Wright, have you had any South Carolina whiskeys? Not right off the top of my head. I think I've got one back there from South Carolina. I'm trying to remember what it was, though. If you bring it up, I'll be able to remember. But can't remember the name right off the top of my head. We're going to do King's Family Wheated Bourbon right here next. Now, what do you think about wheaters, Jill? You typically...
I like wheaters.
So it's got to be older than 17, Seth. It's got to be older than 17. George Dickel's got to be older. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be old.
I gotta swap. I was giving you mine and then.
Okay. Oh, you got to have the Proof Queen one? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Burnt Church from South Carolina? Sounds like a hate crime.
Burnt church.
Matt's just getting into bourbon. If one bottle, what should I start with? Typically like old fashions. I want to try getting into not mixing them. So Matt, we have a video on the channel where we go through the best whiskeys for beginners, and I kind of give you an idea of why on each of those. Go get some of the benchmarks. So, like most people start with Buffalo Trace style stuff. It's just sweet. It's easy to get into. But I'll go through, really in that video, I'll go through like 8 that I want you to try and why. Jill tends to like wheaters, right?
I think so.
Rock Hill, South Carolina. Well, we're going to try Hill Rock next, which is not Rock Hill. It's not as good as Rock Hill. Yeah, Jay, we've almost hit 600K. Pretty soon, maybe in a couple of weeks. Making me spend my tax return on bourbon. You got to spend it on something, Chris. You might as well get a little enjoyment back out of it. All right, what you got? What do y'all think in the chat right now? Y'all let me know if y'all had anything. This has been highly recommended, King's Family Distillery. Now, I'm pretty sure this is MGP.
How old is this?
Don't know. Don't know if they specify. Trying to read it upside down. Bottled by King's in Sevierville, Tennessee. So right up where we were. Distilled in Indiana. So.
Okay.
But they finished their distilled barrels in Sevierville. You tried one that was almost legal. Apparently 17 is not legal. This one's 111 proof. So got a little proof. We up in the proof, and then we're going to take it back down, and this one's not going to have a chance. Probably should have went by proof. That should be a rule from now on. We should go by proof.
That one's interesting.
That was it better or worse than the Pure Kentucky?
First it better, but like I said, on the second one, I liked the other one, so.
Definitely got a little bit of weedy funkiness
Yeah.
to it, right? A little bit of that weeded funk.
A little bit of spice.
Okay. What do you mean by spice? Are you talking about like heat
like that.
from the proof, or are you talking about
No.
rye?
It almost like a rye. It's like that big red gum, you know, like that.
I see what you're saying.
That,
I think that's just barrel char, though.
really?
Yeah. I think that's just barrel char you're picking up, but I could be wrong. TX Bourbonator picked up an Eagle Rare Ben Holiday Soft Red Wheat and Old Soul Cask Strength store pick today. Looking forward to trying them. And those are excellent. You did good.
Yeah. It's cinnamon, yeah.
Do what? Cinnamon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that gum is cinnamon.
Yeah.
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 Cinnamon. Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Sean, busy compiling a list of stores for you to hit in MA. Speaking of, what was the deal with MA orders last drop? Hoping to participate. So Massachusetts, it opened up and we were supposedly being able to ship to it, but I think they had not updated their system internally from Longhorn, and they canceled an order or two, and then there were some districts they were having problems. I'm hoping all those things are worked out for the next one, Sean. I hope so. Like we had I think the majority of the orders have shipped. We had an inventory issue that was a big hiccup, and then we had an issue with shipping to Massachusetts. So those were, it was Massachusetts, right? Yeah, Maine is ME, Massachusetts is MA, right? So had a little glitch there. We're working to get all those ironed out so there won't be a problem. I know we had, if you ordered like the short barrel El Jefe, we sold more than we had because their inventory system updated it. So unfortunately that was a little snafu, and we're getting those ironed out. MT Dobbs, sipping on Knob Creek, 120 proof pick. Love the show. Appreciate it, Dobbs. So what did you give this? You said 6. What's your score here?
I'd say about the same, 6.
See, going back, I like that Pure Kentucky. The mouthfeel. I get a ton of caramel going back to it now, coming off of this weeder. Try it and let me know what you think. Like, go from the weeder with that real serious kind of weeded funkiness back to this Pure Kentucky. And it, like, just caramel. Like, the spiciness, all that grain just kind of melts away now that it's opened up a bit and we've had something else.
Yeah.
So you,
That's interesting.
but then it's still got some of that if you get a full pour. So, I don't know. I think I like them very similar. I'd probably give the Kings a little notch up.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so they can't all tie.
Well,
You're going to have to pick a winner of this, okay?
okay, well, there's still one more to try, right?
Yeah. Cameron didn't know we did lives. Almost every Monday. We did adjust the time recently to 7 to see how those do. We may adjust the time back. We may change it. We may tweak a few.
I like
But
the time.
I like the time too because it allows me to actually get in bed at a decent time. And after this stream, we're going to jump over in Discord for the supporters only chat. So if you're a patron, make sure if you join Patron tonight, make sure you link the Discord with your Patron account, and you should be able to jump over there, If you have problems with it, we'll get you fixed. Just might not be tonight. So just get in there and tag a moderator if you have problems. They'll try to get you sorted. But I will jump over there for, now I can stay longer, because if I stayed 2 hours before, it's
Real
late.
late.
It's late.
Hey, Uncle Nate.
Nate in the house. See, if we go late, Nate's in bed by now.
I don't blame Nate.
All right, this is not an easy bottle to pour.
Ooh,
They're wanting me to spill this one for sure.
that's good, good, good.
Connor says, what's an available rye you recommend? Listen, we got Dobbs with the Knob Creek 120 proof pick. And then Connor, what's an available rye? The Michter's rye, like it was a big hit with the Georgia football players. So definitely try that if you have not. Sagamore also makes a really nice rye. And Brian Knott with the $20 super chat, throwing down the hammer.
Thank you,
No
Brian.
message whatsoever, like a boss. Brian, if you meant to leave a message, I see it's your first one. Let me know what the message is. I'll try to keep up. Seeing how we're only on YouTube tonight, I think we might actually be able to keep up with the messages. So, let's see. Professional rinse in between these. What is it?
No, I was
You had something?
reading the comments.
Okay.
Any updates on the tickets for distillery event before Spillway?
Grant should be in the chat. He'll let you know. So this is, now this has like a tobacco kind of tea note.
Brian, I think, meant to put a comment.
Where's Brian at? Just go ahead and post it now. You don't have to super chat it again. Just post it, and then I will read the comment.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for it. I appreciate it. Jordan gifted 1 Brewzle memberships. I don't know who won that one.
Aw.
Dragon B got the membership. Appreciate that, Jordan.
We missed Andrews.
We had not missed it. I'm waiting for it to show up right there like it did now, and then the lights turn green, and then it pops up on the screen. And then I say, Monroe, North Carolina, sipping on some Takara Red. Looking forward to next month. Coming to Cathead and Spillway and bringing both of you a gift.
Aw.
I hope it's expensive. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I hope, like, if you're going to get a gift, I hope it's really expensive.
Oh, my
I hope it's
goodness.
gold plated. I mean, why not? Wish for the moon, right? Sorry,
yes,
Andrew.
sir.
If it's not expensive, I'm going to love it just the same. I promise. But yeah, like I'm trying to wait. It takes discipline. Y'all don't even realize it takes discipline. Once somebody super chats, it's like minutes and minutes and minutes, and you want to just jump in there and read it. And I want to wait till it shows on the screen so everybody gets the same context of what I'm talking about.
Got
right?
you, but I thought you skipped it because you did Jordan's.
Well, that doesn't show up on screen, so I went in and jumped in there waiting
Okay.
for the Andrew super
See,
chat.
I didn't know that.
We're learning. We're learning.
This
We're-
is all new.
We got a little new setup.
New.
We got more monitors to stream everywhere. We're not streaming everywhere. Now we got new stuff. What's the rating?
That's just kind of flat. I mean, there's nothing horribly off-putting about it. It's just kind of flat. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's the Solara age.
Yeah,
I don't
somebody
know.
know what size barrels this is put in? Because that has a ton of like barrel char. It's just a ton of barrel char on that. Like that just,
I don't know.
that smells and tastes of staves or small barrels.
It's very young.
Like I get
would
just
think.
dry.
I would think it would be young.
It could be that, but like honestly, I don't normally get barrel char with youth. I get graininess, and so that just has a ton of that. It could be youthful barrel char, but it's just like, ugh, this is definitely lower than those two to me. Sorry about that. Just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you agree?
It's probably my least favorite of the three.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Excited for Spillway and Old Soul. Can't wait to try that 45-year-old Eagle Rare decanter. He's got an Eagle Rare decanter that is
45.
almost
Wow.
as old as you.
I am 45, so it is as old as me.
Almost.
I won't be 46 before Spillway.
Okay.
So you just need to calm down, mister.
Uh,
It is as old as me.
it's as old as Jill. Older than me.
No,
I'm
you're
only 30
45.
37 this year.
No, you're 45 too. This is the time of year where we're the same age.
She likes that 6 months where we overlap.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah, this one, I mean, so a lot of folks like that. I'm starting to find that a lot of people like that kind of barrel, small barrel char. And I don't know if these are small barrels, but it has those flavors I get on small barrels. And so a lot of people like those kind of raisiny flavors that start to develop. And this has a little of that. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I don't hate it. It's just like, that's not the flavor I'm looking for.
Yeah.
That reeks of rapid aging. It might not be. Like, you can develop that flavor other ways. And in some cases, it works with the whiskey. So, like Roaming Man, small barrels, that raisiny flavor, those raisiny barrel chars, they do a great job of blending that in. It makes sense with that rye. With bourbons, just not as much of a fan of it, but a lot of our audience seems to like it. So I'm sure some folks in the comments right now are very mad at me for not liking, because there's quite a few that we get very highly recommended that people tend to love, and it has those flavors, and I'm just like, it's okay. It's not bad. I'm just not in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so far, even though to begin with, I didn't think it was going to be my fave, but I think the first one.
You going back to the pure Kentucky?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so I don't know which order I had these glasses, but I'm going to go with a professional. I tell you what I'm going to do. I want you to blind them for me. Give me the two Glens.
But see,
What is
going
it?
back to it, I get that grass.
Yeah. Well, just blind. I'll be able to tell them apart. But grab me two Glens. Doesn't matter. Just any letters you want. Take these right here.
Yeah, like a lot of grass.
Okay.
Just grass.
I want just here. Just mix those up. I'm going to read the comments, and then you just pour it in there and then mix them. But just remember which one's in which. Okay. Beach Sand, cheers, TJ and Jill. My channel is crawling up to close to 300.
congrats.
That's a great start. Like, don't act like that's not a big accomplishment. Takes a while to get to 300. So keep going, keep chugging along. Cornelius is supposed to be mad about me not liking this Solera, like not loving it. It's okay, it's not bad. But, it's all right. Commercial midstream is annoying, Eric says. Well, they're supposed to be turned to low. I didn't double check them, but sorry. OZ Tyler juice is superb. I do like some OZ Tyler Green River stuff. Lee says Roaming Man is a great rye. I agree. Hillrock not good. Rapid age taste. So Doug agrees with me.
Yeah.
I had it came recommended a bunch, but it's just, we'll just get this on off to the side over there before their lawyers call me. Oh, Chris, we got a lot of new merch Will's working on. So we're going to have a lot of new things dropping. We're going to be bringing some new stuff to the Spillway event. So that's going to be coming up April 5th. We're going to do a thing at Old Soul. April 6th, we're going to be at Spillway in Brandon, Mississippi. I'm stoned. Just scored the third ever release of Stag Junior from 2014 and two Weller 12s in the old bottles, and one 107 in the old bottle. Like, where did you find this? Did you go into like a freaking thrift store or something? Like, I don't know where you find all those old bottles, but I have not. No, I have not tried a 2014 Stag or the Weller 12s in the old bottles, or the 107 in the old bottles. Somebody reached out and said they had one, but I was just not willing to pay the price it would take to acquire it, so I passed on it. Oh, let's give this a try here.
Oh.
Professional rinse. See, I almost messed it up. Oh, cheers, Brewzle fam. Sipping on a Baker 7, one of my favorite Jim Beam products right there. Appreciate the support, Jonathan. Yeah. Yeah, the King wins there, the pure Kentucky.
Which one was it?
This one, the B wins. Sorry, B is the pure Kentucky.
No, it's not.
You sure about that?
Yeah, it's King's.
Okay. I said King, and then I literally said King won, didn't I? And then I changed it.
Yeah, you said B. So B was
B wins.
King's.
Yeah. It's got a better mouthfeel. It's got a better viscosity. Both of them have some graininess. So I picked up the funk as graininess, but B's the better one to me overall. They both are just good.
Yeah.
They're both just good, but I prefer B for sure. And it's like there's a gap there, but the gap's not in flavor necessarily. The gap's in all of the other intangibles, the finish, the mouthfeel, those types of things are what really make this one stand out. And the more you drink, the more that weeded funk starts to tame down just a little bit.
I will say I prefer my Ben Holiday.
You prefer you? It's the bee's knees. That may be trademarked. That should be trademarked. I'll have to call Short Barrel and be like, did you trademark that? Tailgate Tiger is late again. It's 7:30. You're still fine. You still got an hour and a half here at least. Y'all haven't missed anything. So
wow, that's so much better than anything
is it?
we had tonight.
I hate that. Now we had this thing set. I don't set these up, and we've been setting. Where'd my freaking mouse go? You see my mouse? It has disappeared.
It did disappear. I don't see it.
Any thoughts on Wheel Horse from Green River? Have not seen that. Did my mouse might have died? I don't know. My mouse is not moving. I was going to check on the ads and see if I could change them, but like honestly, there it is. I don't know if I could change them midstream. That's kind of the problem. Is you got like we don't set this anymore. YouTube just wants all the money. Now it does help us, but it's still conservative. It's like literally lower earnings, less interrupted viewer experience.
I think they're just saying that it reset the stream this time, which has not happened before.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a glitch in the matrix. Not sure about that.
Sure.
Sorry.
Because Grant said the same thing. Ad just reset my stream. First time that has happened on my end.
Weird. Well, I apologize for those user issues. We try to do all we can, but technology is not in our favor. Let's try an infinity blend of all three of these.
That was that.
That was what? That's the infinity blend?
Did it, yeah.
Were they all about equal?
Yeah.
Okay. Seth delayed them for 10 minutes, so I appreciate it.
See what I did for you? I had already.
You're thinking ahead,
I
baby.
think
You're starting to
ahead.
get this streaming bit, aren't you?
Man.
Really starting to be an asset to the team.
Starting to be.
It takes a while to train up.
I think everybody missed me last week. That's all I got to say. Is that better?
It might be better than all of them.
Yeah.
Like, the funny thing is with some of the graininess and the mouthfeel of that King's, the kind of barrel char raisiny flavors, the dark fruit flavors that I get on the Hillrock, actually kind of nice.
I'm actually really interested in what happens at Spillway with our Infinity Blend. Like,
it's still some harshness going on, but it is interesting. The numbers don't lie. How are the numbers looking? Let's look at the numbers. Let's see. I don't know. They didn't hit the like button for you, Jill. I know. We had more concurrence last week, so the numbers don't lie. You're right. TJ for the win. Team Jill.
thank you, Josh.
Jill's starting to pull her weight. Yeah. She rolled in here like a minute before we went live, like the talent. Okay? That's what she did. She's like, I'm the talent. I'm showing up. She called that her official job title the other day. It was like talent at Brewzle.
Talent at Brewzle.
Yeah. So maybe she's right. What do you think?
That's a lot better than any of the three on their
It's
own.
weird, isn't it? We've created a concoction here.
Wow.
Like you get the raisin from that, like the little bit of barrel
I
char.
actually really like that.
And then you get a little bit of the weeded funk, and then you get a little bit of the grain.
That's interesting.
That's actually quite nice.
That's the first time
You
we've
didn't
had
put any holiday in there.
No. But I kind of get a little bit like a.
It's an interesting sweetness.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes accidents happen and they
Yeah.
turn out good.
I don't think I've ever had like one that we blended like that together that I thought was that.
Well, that's because we have no talent for blending at this point.
We don't try.
We have not
We
honed
might
those
have
skills.
a talent. You never know.
We have not honed those, like talent or not. We have not put any effort into it.
Like, how do you develop a talent for blending?
Same way you develop a talent for drinking. You drink with intent, but not for effect.
TJ equals Team Jill.
Yes, there you go. Exactly.
TJ better be Team Jill.
Get her an official name tag. Dr. Dane with the super chat. Appreciate the support there. Hey, Brewzle, me and my buddy Brian Dot will be traveling through Alabama down Highway 45 to Orange Beach from Tennessee. Any stores we should check out bourbon hunting on the way down there? Alabama is just not great for bourbon hunting. You like really gas station stores. There might be some liquor stores up north. We haven't made it up there yet to do a ton of bourbon hunting, but it's all state run. So it's really hard to find anything at a decent price.
But isn't Perdido Key? That's technically Florida.
I mean, you get down to
Like
Florida,
right
sure.
over the border of Orange Beach and Gulf Shores.
You get into Florida, try some stores, but even then, it's it's just a little bit of a crapshoot. I would just look in Florida. I would probably skip most of the Alabama stuff. And Highway 45, I'm assuming you're headed down 65. My assumption. And like, unless you happen to be in an Alabama ABC drop, you're not gonna find a lot. But even if you are, you don't have an ID, so you're not gonna be able to grab it. Travis picked up Blanton Straight from the Barrel, Eagle Rare, and Stag today, all for MSRP. Next time in Texas, I would love to go hunting with y'all. If you are picking those things up at MSRP, then I definitely need to go hunting with you, Travis, because that is an exceptional score. It's a little weird. Like, we'll talk about the bourbon hunt in Tennessee here in a minute. I want to get y'all's thoughts on how that bourbon hunt went, because every once in a while on this channel, an event happens and it's like, okay, life's different now. Like, things are just different. And it's like, do we want it to be different or do we not want it to be different? And so the bourbon hunts, based on the Knoxville, Tennessee hunt, could be very different moving forward. And I need y'all's help determining whether we want them to be different or not. Because we could avoid it, but it's going to take some work. But we'll talk about that here in just a second.
Highway 45 is in Mississippi.
Okay, they're going through Mississippi. I'm sorry.
Yep.
From Tennessee, like, you must be way over in Memphis. Okay, so Highway 45, Mississippi. Like, if you're going through Jackson, you got to stop at Spillway for sure. Other than that, I don't know. I haven't made that journey. So, Antonio, do you remember your first ever sip of bourbon, and have you tried the Bardstown Goose Island Collaborative Series? Well, I mean, I don't remember the first ever bourbon. Like, the first whiskey I started drinking was going to be Old No. 7 by Jack Daniels. Outside of that, it's probably going to be Jim Beam or something.
You wouldn't have had it neat.
I mean, I'm sure I tried it neat, but I would have mixed it with Coke like a normal human being would do, like a sane person.
Like a sane person.
Outside of that, probably a Jim Beam or something of that nature. The first one that like I had where I'm like, okay, this is a thing, was Weller Antique 107. Like that's like mama's cooking at this point, you know? That's partly why I love it. I love it because it's fantastic, but I also love it because it's one of those first ones that really, you know, helped me understand that bourbon was a whole thing and it wasn't just a mixer. So it's, you know, it's like, it's special. It's your first one. It's special. What?
Nothing.
You looked at me. I didn't know if you had something. Oh,
No.
the Goose Island Bardstown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Bardstown Goose Island Collaborative Series whiskey bottle, and it is awful. One of the worst things I've drank this year. Now, it's high malt stuff. I'm sure somebody that's into malty whiskeys would love it. I just happen to not be one of those people, even though I'm the person that has the bottle. So we need to fix that situation. We need somebody that likes that to have the bottle, or we need me to not have the bottle. Either of those would work out. Andrew with the super chat. Appreciate the support, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
If you meant to leave a message, let me know. We will try to get that read. We did get the other message read, didn't we? Or did we miss it?
I never saw one.
Never saw it? Dadgummit.
Darn it, did we miss it?
Did we miss it? We're going to find it. We're going to find this message. That's what we're going to do.
It was
So
Brian.
Brian Knott. Let's find Brian Knott's
There's Brian.
message right here.
Well, there's one from him, but I don't know if that's...
That wasn't him.
Maybe he was the one asking about the
trip.
Alabama trip.
No, he wasn't.
No.
Nope. We're going to look for it. Brian Knott. We're going to find Brian. We're on a mission now, Brian. I can't filter by person. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Brian left a massive super chat and didn't even get his message read. I feel bad for Brian. Grant, find Brian's message, post it in here for me. I'll read it. Just copy and paste it. All right, so let's talk about the bourbon hunt in Knoxville because that went weird. That was strange. It was a little unusual. It was a whole situation we had to deal with. I'll let Jill try the Bardstown Collab if I can find it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it tonight.
What does it mean? Average Savage said we all aren't streaming in portrait mode for more followers per YouTube member.
Well, so you can stream in this way, and then you can stream in portrait mode. Portrait mode is going to show it to Shorts viewers. So we might try that next week where we do it this way and in portrait. Like we might have 2 streams, a portrait stream and this stream next week. So if y'all join, just know there might be 2. But no, we didn't, like I understand that the portrait mode probably would massively blow up the stream because we have a lot more Shorts viewers than otherwise, but it'd be good. This is fine. We're cool with the cool folks that are here. But the Knoxville hunt is what I was trying to jump on there. Before Jill so rudely interrupted me.
I did not.
It was a joke. It's a joke.
I am not rude.
There's so many Brians.
There's so many Brians.
Well, it was Brian.
Not.
It's not Brian. Brian Knott. Knott. So the Knoxville hunt. This is the first one where we had a local tour guide. Like it's not the first one where we had a local tour guide, but we had a local tour guide, and he called most of the stores, and they knew we were coming. They knew we were there. From what I hear, there was a lot of conversation between local bourbon groups and stuff there that we were in town. I'm not privy to those messages. Hopefully, most of them were positive. I did get a couple of emails. We'll talk about the emails here in a second too, but it's just it was different. Like we showed up at stores and they're standing at the door waiting on us, right? And so it's like a ticker tape parade or something. We go in, we film some videos with them, a lot of cool stores, film some content for them for their socials, but like they just put all their allocated stuff on the shelf out there. They had it like for me. They're just like, here's everything we've got allocated. What do you want? Like we didn't have to ask. We didn't have to ask how they did it. It's just like, here's all the good stuff. What do you want? And I'm like, I mean,
I don't know if I like that.
We'll see how the video turns out.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
I mean, it's good for getting bottles. So if you want to see like what's there, like what's possible, like if your goal with watching a bourbon hunt is to see me get the nicest bottles possible, and by nicest, I mean the hardest to find bottles possible, it's great because we just cut right to the chase, right? We don't have to do anything. I feel like it's like a normal guy goes into a club and is trying to find a date, and then this is all of a sudden like an NBA player goes into the club and tries to find a date, right? It's just easy at that point.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm okay with that.
It wasn't fun. Like I'll be honest, I mean we had fun, but it's not fun. But honestly, my goal with these hunts is not to find the most rare allocated bottles. If we see them, we buy them because that's what, we feel like a lot of folks want, and it's nice to have them. But realistically, it's not what I'm there for. I'm there to just document the scene. Like that's what we always said. People are like, oh, don't come to this state because there's no bourbon hunts here. It's like, we're just there to document the scene. Find bottles, don't find bottles. We're there. And I just don't feel like, I feel like Knoxville's going to be interesting, but I don't feel like we documented the scene, right? I feel like we were treated differently than customers would be treated. Like literally that we were, and I'll tell you that story here in a second. But like, I don't know, it may make better content, it may make worse content, but it's not what it's been to this point. And I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be better or not. Like we didn't take all the allocated stuff. We bought, I needed a 1924, I got a 1924. I wanted an E.H. Taylor single barrel, I got an E.H. Taylor single barrel. We passed on all the other stuff. We just like, y'all keep your Weller 12s. It's like, I'm okay. Y'all keep those. So it's not like we went in there and just bought all this, like they just here, and we didn't buy all the stuff. We picked and chose a couple of bottles we could use, but like, just not quite as much fun.
I think I kind of like the aspect of us just showing up and people are like, oh my gosh, Brewzle's here. Like that more than knowing we're coming.
Yep. Have Jeep Will Whiskey put it well. It's not a hunt, that's shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
Yep. I would rather watch a real experience too.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of.
But you didn't know it was going to be that
Well,
way.
I mean, no, we didn't.
So it was real
we
for
didn't,
you.
We had no idea. Like we've had local guides. We didn't know the stores would just, roll out the red carpet. Like we're happy to show up and do stuff, but they're rolling out stuff that they wouldn't sell to locals.
It would be okay to like have a thing, like maybe a special event or whatever, but like just the bourbon hunt itself.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's just know that video is going to be different, and I think we're gonna, if we have a local tour guide, we're gonna ask them not to call ahead.
yeah.
We did get kicked out of a Total Wine. That felt normal. That's the only thing that was normal about the whole thing is Total Wine's like you can't. Funny thing is we go into a Total Wine, and they tell us to not film. They shut us down, and then their employees come up and start asking us for photos. So we have to take photos with the employees after they kicked us out. Not technically kicked us out, just made us quit filming. But it's just, I don't know. It's going to be a different video. I'm just going to let y'all know. I think it's going to still be fun, but I just don't think that's the direction I want to go. Like, I'm trying to put this in a way that just makes me seem like not a butthole. But if I really need a bottle, it's not hard for me to get any bottle. Within reason, not a double eagle, very rare, but like any reasonable bottle, secondary or not, if I need it, we've got enough connections at this point, I can get it. Or we can do a favor for somebody, like we can get allocated, but that's not what I'm trying to do with that series, is we're trying to show what it's like in a geography, and I don't feel like we did Knoxville justice.
Yeah.
Jay James says there's a specific reason they don't want you to film. Usually there's 3 reasons places don't want us to film. 1, they charge full secondary prices and they don't want to document it. 2, they're probably doing a little shady things with pricing, like in general, and they're afraid everybody's going to know their pricing. And 3, it's just a big corporation and they just don't know any better. Andrew, big fan. I drank a lot of Jack Daniels in college and it kind of ruined whiskey for me. Name one bourbon that is readily available that if I don't like it, I probably will never like bourbon. If you're just going to go to one, like really, so like Weller, I would say Weller Special Reserve, pretty good, pretty sweet, pretty easy to get into, low proof, not a huge risk. Eagle Rare 10, if you don't like Eagle Rare 10, you probably don't like bourbon. Like honestly, like you may not love it, but if you're like, this is no good, bourbon's probably not your jam. A disguise, some sort of fake. I mean, I don't think we need a disguise. We just need to not let them know we're coming, right? Sam, have you tried Shank's Homestead? If so, thoughts? I mean, I tried Shank's. I don't think I have the Homestead. So sorry, I haven't tried that one. He drank the wrong kind of Jack. He probably drank too much Jack. That happened to me with tequila when I was a youngster, when he was a youngin'. An old whippersnapper.
Yeah.
We were in Knoxville and we were doing a thing with Sugarlands. I think it was one of the moonshiners from the TV show. That's what kind of clout we got. We got like 30 minutes with them. He said, I think he said something like, "Yeah, tequila makes me break out in handcuffs."
Yeah.
Almost too sweet. Yeah, I mean, like you might not love it, but if you don't at least like it, then just the bourbon profile is probably not for you. That's what it boils down to. Traveler is a good one.
I haven't tried it yet.
You can't try it now.
Why?
You got to wait till the Knoxville hunt. That's when we bought it.
Oh, okay.
So that after that hunt comes out, which probably be 2 weeks, you get to try it then.
Okie dokie.
Probably Mark Rogers said that. I would say you're probably right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Have I tried Thomas More? I have not. So, to Ute, Spurgey says. What's the difference between a place asking you not? What's the difference between a place asking you not to film versus an owner asking you not to film to go in the back? So, I mean, it's true. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So if a store asks me not to film, like lots of times, let me try to explain this. If a store asks me not to film, they don't want it, right? They don't want the publicity. There's nothing we can do to help them anyway. So that's cool. Like, it's fine. As long as they're nice about it, it's fine. Like, you don't have to be rude about it. You just ask once and I'm done. I shut it down and we're finished. Some places will take customers in the back. If you build a relationship with them, you can go in the back, you can get a good bottle of whiskey, you show up, you're a regular, you say, hey, what do you have? They'll take you in the back and they'll let you, they'll let you pick a bottle. I like to document that. So when a store owner takes me in the back, it's a store that usually will allow good customers to go in the back and grab a bottle. If it's a store that just does, like some of these in Knoxville, didn't want me to film. Some of them would allow me to film in the back. Some of them didn't want me to film. I think most of them allowed me to film the allocated, exchanges or them offering it. But a lot of them did lotteries. And so these were lottery bottles. So I literally had some guy email me afterwards saying, man, why you got to do that? You got to come to Knoxville and get all the allocated bottles, and I'm a local customer and I can't get nothing, and you're just mean. And I was like, dude, like the store you're talking about, I literally did not buy any allocated bottles from them. They just told you I did because they didn't want to sell them to you, right? And I don't even know for sure which store it was, but just based on his description of how he knew those bottles were there, I was like, wasn't me. I didn't buy them. I might have bought one of them. But I definitely didn't buy the lot because we only ended up with a couple of allocated bottles from that. So, that's where it's like a different experience. But like going in the back is a thing that happens for people. And so I want to be able to document that happened and what I got. But sometimes they don't want you to film because they don't know what goes on back there and what all bottles they got. Because they want to avoid that email that I just got where the customers are mad, that they sold me or, what's back there that maybe they did not allow that customer to buy. Because there are levels to it. Once you build relationships, some folks are getting the George T. Stags, some folks are getting the Stag
There's
Juniors,
only so many of them.
Some folks are getting the Buffalo Trace store picks, right?
I mean,
So there are tiers to it, and they just don't want you to know what's back there. It's really what it boils down to. Andrew says, we'll try Eagle Rare 10. What about Buffalo Trace? I mean, Buffalo Trace is not as good as the Eagle Rare 10, but that's still made by Buffalo Trace. It's still a pretty good middle-of-the-road whiskey as far as I don't necessarily mean middle of the road in a bad way. I'm just saying sweet bourbon without a ton of grain impact. But that Eagle Rare is going to be a step above it if you can get it. Daniel says, Traveler is nasty, tastes just like bad Canada Sazerac. I don't think it's nasty, but I don't think it's good. Definitely not worth the price of the bottle, for
how much
sure.
is the price?
I think it's like $35, something like that. So it's more than a Buffalo Trace. It's like you're starting to approach Eagle Rare territory with some of the folks marking it up a few dollars. Where's the mullet wig to match Tate? Great Georgia episode, MT Dobbs says. I needed a mullet. He had a great mullet.
Yeah,
that man
he
had a
did.
very professional quality mullet. But when you're the size of that gentleman, you can wear anything you want because nobody's going to say anything about it. All right? Jill is the better half of this deal. Man, what was that about?
Oh my goodness.
I feel attacked.
Thank you
Travelers,
very much.
yeah. I just want to find some
I'll take
E.H.
it.
Taylor rye, Jay James says. They're hard to come by. Don't be silly. Travelers is good stuff, very smooth. Great. It is an easy drinker. It is meant to be an easy drinker. But there's so many better bourbons neat for $35. So
I think you should come up with that list of what you think is better than Traveler. Bourbon's neat for $35, and then we should do a blind with Travelers included.
Okay, we can do that. Next, we got to do after Knoxville.
Right.
After the Knoxville video comes out, we will try all the whiskeys from that haul, and then we will blind Travelers versus.
And if Travelers is not last in that blind, you have to buy me Chris Stapleton tickets to go see him live in concert.
Well, if it is last, what are you buying me?
Chris Stapleton tickets.
Lord have mercy.
I'll buy them if it's last, and if it's not last, you have to buy them.
I feel like I'm buying them both ways. Lord have mercy. It feels like a no-win situation right there. See what y'all got me into? MT Dobbs got all the unicorns in Georgia this month.
I wanted to go see Chris Stapleton
George
live.
T times 4? Where in the world did you get 4 George T Stacks this time of year, Dobbs? I might take you to see Chris Stapleton, but you ain't gotta extort me like that. Brian Lowry, shout out to my wife Cheryl. God love her for putting up with my expensive hobby/habit.
That's a good wife. Cheryl, you are a good wife. Trust me, I know. I put up with the same habit.
Now you get me in trouble, Brian. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. Chris says, sounds like it's the Basil Hayden of Buffalo Trace. He's talking about the Travelers, like overpriced,
okay.
easy sipper, but not a value in the lineup of the manufacturer. So you're not too far off there, Chris. It's okay. It's fine. It's smooth, as some folks would describe. Like, it is easy to drink, but not a great value to me. Daniel Miller says, smooth, yes, it definitely is that. If you know, you know. Yeah, kind of the same thing. Like, it goes down easy, but I just want more out of it. I want more flavor out of it, right? What do you think about the distribution and marketing from Buffalo Trace? Personally, I think it's an awful tactic and makes it hard to enjoy their products. You know, Bourbon Gambler, they're really good at hyping stuff. And so it's hard to hate. They're great at hyping stuff, but honestly, I don't think it's their marketing. I think it's us. Like, we've done it. They didn't do it. I mean, they might have paid to have Blanton's put in a John Wick movie or something, but like, realistically, it's us that are like, oh my God, John Wick drinks bourbon when he's getting bullets pulled out of his leg. Let's drink all the Blantons. So it's not them. It's us, man. We're the ones, we tater out and we build all the hype up. So I don't blame Buffalo Trace. Their distribution's weird. It makes no sense whatsoever. So I don't know what they're doing there. It's just odd to me that Eagle Rare is like, you know, scarce as hen's teeth across half the country, and then Georgia, it's sitting there by the case in every liquor store we went in. You go into any gas station liquor store in Georgia, just about, and find some Eagle Rare for $45. So it makes no sense. Daniel Miller will spend to argue about Travelers. Apparently, it's very polarizing, the Travelers. I tell you what, right now, I'm going to get the Travelers. You're going to try it.
Oh,
First time.
I had to wait.
Forget the rules. I make the rules.
You make the
I'm the captain now.
Okay.
You don't want to try it?
Yeah, I do. So
Jill wants to try it.
your rules are fine.
What's up, AW? Appreciate you jumping in here. I can get Knob 9 cheaper than Travelers or yeah, exactly. Great stuff there.
I'm going to get a Frey Glen.
You're going to get a Frey Glen?
Because it matches my Frey shirt that I have on.
You're frayed out.
I'm all frayed out.
I'm afraid you're not going to like this
Y'all
Travelers.
see my Frey shirt? So cool.
You missed that really good joke. Of course,
Yeah.
I stole that joke from them at Frey.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they used that exact joke. I mean, they wouldn't talk about Travelers, obviously, but.
Is this the blend from earlier?
Huh? I don't know.
blend?
I think maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping track of my whiskey.
Or did you have something on your own?
I did not have. These are all the ones I was drinking on my own.
Man, smell that now that it has sat there.
It's gotten better.
We did a
hasn't it?
good blend. I think we could blend stuff.
We got lucky, and you just poured some things together. Like, there was no skill in this. You're just like, here's some things I have.
I think it's good. It smells really good.
Yeah. Honestly, I like that better than either of those bottles. But I did think the Kings was pretty good. Appreciate it there, Average Savage. Get those likes up. Let's hit the like button. Where are we at? Where are we at on the view count? How's the clout meter? 1,200. I still beat this last week with 13, so it's, they like me better solo, G.
Okay, well then I'll stay away.
Okay.
Babe, I won't come back.
That's fine.
I'll leave you
It's
by
probably
yourself.
for the best.
It's probably for the
probably
best.
for the best.
That's a Taylor Swift song too.
Is it? Everything's a Taylor Swift song. She probably has a song. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a big missed opportunity here. Because why in the world would Chris Stapleton not release a Tennessee whiskey? Like, why would you not? I mean, even if it was George Dickel, release the Tennessee whiskey. This is a blend of God knows what. I guarantee it's got some Canadian whiskey in there, but it is just a whiskey blend. No idea what's in it. So it is not a Tennessee whiskey.
I'm very scared.
You're scared of Tennessee whiskey? This one's wet. Did you just rinse this one out?
It had some water in it.
I washed them earlier. It just hadn't dried completely. It's not too bad.
See, everybody says Jill needs to stay.
I know. I'm just pandering to get folks to hit the like button. It's okay.
I'm so scared. I don't want to not like this.
Well, then just lie to people.
Eric, how many times have I watched it on Disney Plus? I have only watched it once so far because the first night our Disney Plus was out because our internet was out.
Internet wasn't out.
Very disappointing, but I've watched it once so far. But I also went to the movies and watched it, and I did see her twice in concert so far. So, you know, I will watch it again for sure. I'm scared.
The internet had a selective outage.
Yeah.
It was only blocking Taylor Swift content. All hail the proof queen. Trying the Traveler whiskey, loaded up at, what is the proof on this? I can't even see. 80 proof, 90 proof. The proof queen.
Pay your internet bill, Thomas.
I tried. It just, I don't know. You know, the way my checkings and savings is set up sometimes takes a little while. We want you to try the Outlaw Distillery in Utah. That sounds pretty fun. Cut above is fire, Philip Norton says. Put you on that Crittendens. The Crittendens is good stuff. I was trying to go by there. I was supposed to be down at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival this weekend, but that got canceled. The festival didn't get canceled. My trip to the festival got canceled. They wanted us to do some stuff together, and they're like, hey, we can't do it this year. And I was like, well, then I'm probably just not going to go. We'll just wait till next year. And, you know, because I don't want to do a video every year of the same stuff. I mean, some things, but not everything the same every year. So we canceled that trip. So I was going to swing by Matt's. I may just load up Thursday and just go to Crittendens. You want to go?
I can't Thursday.
Okay. Well, I may load up and go to Crittendens.
Well, I will say.
Sazerac has a Tennessee distillery too. Hey, like, I don't know which one. What do they have in Tennessee? I don't even know. Any plans to hunt in Canada? Stone says. I went to Canada this year or last year, and was hoping. I just didn't have time. But we're definitely going to make it up to Canada to do some bourbon hunting. I don't expect to have a lot of luck, but we're going to give it a shot at some point. Don't know if that'll happen this year, though. Maybe. If work carries me there, yes. If work does not carry me there, might be next year. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it because she'd be raving about it right now if she likes it. She's trying to find something positive to say.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. That's as positive as you can get.
But it's almost like you had a decent bourbon and you were trying to like put some water in it and make it, you know, do the little water thing. And you accidentally poured too much water in it.
Okay, so you had a mediocre bourbon and you watered it down.
Yes.
And with Canadian whiskey.
I don't know about
You
that.
watered it down with low proof Canadian whiskey. That's pretty much what you would have.
I don't really get the Canadian in there, but maybe.
Let me see.
But it's just very watered down.
But when I tried Travelers, I tasted Caribou Crossing, which I believe is owned by Sazerac. Yeah, that's the Canadian whiskey I'm talking about.
It's disappointing because it's very watered down.
Yeah, got a little hint of Canadian whiskey.
It's not horrible as far as like the.
It's just, it's very bland with a little sweet caramel. All it is, just very bland with a little sweet hints of caramel on it,
Like it
and then
could've
some
been
Canadian
good.
whiskey. I mean, if you'd have just, but the problem is who is this for, is the question. And this is for fans of Chris Stapleton that are not super enthusiastic about whiskey. It is meant to be mixed.
Yeah, it can be.
Do you have any Cokes?
Upstairs.
Call one of the children. We're going to try this with Coke right now. And we've got the mash and drum in the comments here. Appreciate you swinging by. Y'all check out the mash and drum. I mean, of course, most of y'all should already know who the mash and drum is. Appreciate it. And thanks for catching it live. The hunting videos are fun. We have a good time with those. Like I said, the Tennessee one's going to be weird, though. But other than that, they're good. Folks tend to like them. This could be good with Coke.
Yeah, I think there's some potential there.
Could be good with Coke, but it's definitely a Canadian whiskey. It's for country music fans that want to. Well, I mean, this comes from a guy who doesn't drink anymore, and his most famous song is Tennessee Whiskey.
He says he drinks sometimes. I saw an interview. He said he drinks sometimes.
He's like a recovered alcoholic. He
Well, he's
came
not,
out.
like,
Yeah,
completely
recovering
not.
alcoholics don't usually drink, or they're not recovering alcoholics. They're then just alcoholics again. But if I were say hypothetically, I were a recovering alcoholic, and I decided to cash grab on a whiskey release real quick, what I would do is an interview that said, I don't always drink whiskey, but when I do, I like watered down Canadian whiskey. That's what I would do. That's what I don't always drink.
Can you stop?
But when I do
Because
drink,
if Chris Stapleton was watching
I
this,
drink
we're
watered
never
down
going to get
Canadian
invited
whiskey.
to his concert.
Chris Stapleton, if you're watching this right now, do me a favor.
Gosh.
And let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. Like, I understand the branding, man. Let me help you. No charge. I'll help you out. You're working with Sazerac. We can find some good whiskey. We can find, they've got a little bit of good whiskey. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Got a little bit. Brian, Pappy Lot B 12 year or the Pappy 15? Oh, the 15 all day. I'll take the 10 over the 12. I'll take the 10 over the 12. I need the 107 proof. So yeah, definitely the 15 over the 12. Although I think the 12 might be the best if they would drop it at a higher proof. I know it's a cover. He doesn't have the rights, but he has the rights to release a Tennessee whiskey. Like, George Jones is not going to sue him, or not even, was it Dean Dillon? Dean Dillon wrote that song. He's not going to sue him for releasing a Tennessee whiskey, because that's not copyright. Like, Dean Dillon doesn't own the rights to Tennessee whiskey for bottles of whiskey. Maybe for songs, though. Let's see, what are we going to be? Oh, I've got some mail calls. We got some bottles that came in if you want to try something new. If you want to sip on some new things here for the second half of the stream. We're only like halfway through.
We've only been doing new things.
We've only been trying, we got more new things.
More new things.
Or we can try some old things. Y'all let me know what y'all want us to do. Take it easy, Nick.
Is Brad Paisley's whiskey better than Stapleton's?
Yeah. Yeah, the Highway, I didn't love that, but at least I think that's, this had such high potential. It's Sazerac, they got such good whiskey. It's Chris Stapleton, and I just felt like this was a big swing and miss. Like, just a big missed opportunity for this. Travis says, the only way I have found I like Travelers is with ginger ale.
So maybe Coke.
Do we have ginger ale?
No, we don't have any ginger ale.
How's it with Dr. Pepper Zero?
I don't know, but I think you're about to find out.
Let's give it a try.
Isn't that it?
We do have Wellers behind us there, Dustin.
How is the new studio coming? Beach Sunburn
Well, they were supposed to be done last week with the tile, and they got the tile in. Well, week before last they were supposed to be done. They got the tile in, and then they had to come back and finish the grout and a little paint touch up in there, and they got that done. And then they're supposed to come and just get the haze off of it and clean it up. And they were supposed to do that last Tuesday. They did not. And then they didn't Wednesday, and then Thursday they did not. Friday they did not. They told me Friday they would come Monday. Today was Monday. They did not.
Nope.
So it's going splendidly. Like, I am just... my ability as a general contractor to get people to show up and do things is unmatched. Like, I would put my ability to not get people to show up and do anything against anybody. I don't think anybody can get contractors to not show up like I can. No way.
Talent.
It is a special skill. I do not know how I developed it. It's just one of those things I was naturally born with. I was just gifted because I didn't put this much effort into it. It's just easy, right? Zach just recently started watching. Enjoy what y'all do. Appreciate it, Zach. Jordan, what's your favorite wild turkey product? 12-year 101. 12-year 101, hard to beat. Some of those Wild Turkey Masters keeps are out of this world. Rare Breed is really good. If I had to just pick one right now, though, it's the 12-year turkey. 12-year 101, absolutely loving that. What in the world? You want to get on camera with that?
No, they do not.
Like, she brought this all the way from Persia. She had a mask. Our children are having a good time. They're having a sleepover upstairs.
So,
and apparently it's getting a little out of hand, okay?
Yeah, apparently. Where is a rocks glass? Do we have a rocks glass down here? No, we don't. Yeah, we do.
Honestly, that's not terrible. Much better than the whiskey. I think it could be good with Coke. Like it's just like adding sugar to your Coke, which is probably what you don't need. It's like adding sugar and whiskey to your Coke.
That's not bad.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for a glass.
Oh, there should be some glasses over there. Here, down here if you want a tall glass, but if you want do you want rocks? Is that what you need, ice?
Ava's supposed to be bringing me some ice.
Okay, I could go in there and get an ice ball maybe.
She's bringing ice. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll wait on her.
Well, there you go.
And then we'll share one.
And then we'll share it.
We'll share. This
Go for this cork pop right here. That's the best cork pop we've had all night. Honestly, I'm not hating on this.
Yeah, no, not that bad.
AJ, I'm from Arizona. Would love to see you do a big hunt down here. So we did.
Ooh,
We did a pass through Arizona on one of the early bourbon hunts.
did we?
Yeah, but Auburn plays in Glendale if they make it. But I just don't like if the basketball team makes it through, they might play in Glendale. But they would have to make it to like the Final Four, I think, to make it something like the championship game. Final Four championship game maybe in Glendale. I don't know if they're gonna make it that far.
Yeah, I think it's the Final Four and then the championship.
Yeah, I don't know if so Auburn got did dirty. They got did. If they win out, they're more than likely to have to play UConn in Boston, which is a home game for them, and then they might have to play. They might have to play Arizona in the Final Four in Glendale. Like, give me a freaking break, man. This is a fancy rocks glass. This came from Bespoke Post. So they sponsored some stuff, sent me some boxes. This came from one of those boxes. Nebraska. I feel like there's. So every time they come down now, they're dressing up in weird ways. Yeah, we're definitely going to hit Houston. Next time I have to go to Austin, I'm going to swing through Houston, stop there, do the hunt, head on up to Austin. I got to get to Austin a lot for work. So
I don't know which one that was, so I'll just.
Was that the blend you just messed up?
I don't
Just
know.
soiled it.
I soiled it.
I don't know what all. We're just going to blend all these things together. We got on the desk and see if they turn out as good as that blend you did earlier.
I did a
How
good
about
blend
that?
earlier.
Mine's a lot darker than yours.
How much of this do I pour in there?
As much as you like normally.
Is that good?
I think there's an order, but
Yeah.
you want it good and fizzy. That's what I hear. That's professional bartending school kicking in there.
I so want to see you go to bartending.
That would be
school.
hilarious. We had talked about
You
doing
have got
it.
to
We had
do
talked
that.
about doing it. Going
Anybody
to bartending
that
school.
has a bartending school, this man needs to take it. Mm-hmm. He needs to take your bartending.
The problem is then I'd learn the proper way, and then it wouldn't be as fun.
No, you would never remember it.
Yeah, that Auburn East bracket is crazy. And then I don't understand why the West is playing in like Memphis or something, and then the East is playing in Spokane, Washington. I'm not a geography major, but apparently the NCAA is not either.
I don't know if I dig that.
No,
I
if you
kind of
think
get the
it-
Pepsi
okay.
vibe on that.
You don't like Pepsi?
I'm not a Pepsi girl, no.
Huh.
And I kind of get a Pepsi vibe on that.
It's funny because Pepsi's sweeter than Coke, and it does taste like
Yeah.
Traveler and Coke taste like Pepsi.
Pepsi and Traveler.
Yeah, it just tastes like
It
just
tastes
tastes
like a
like
Pepsi.
Pepsi and some sort of alcohol.
Yeah, I'm not okay with that one. I'm sorry, I can't.
If I did like a vodka and Pepsi,
That's a Pepsi. It tastes just like a Pepsi.
that's funny. Could be because the Coke's flat because I poured it like that, but
Maybe.
that's weird.
That is weird.
MT Dobbs, what's your one bottle pick regardless of price? One bottle pick regardless of price. I mean, there's never a regardless of price. If there's just like what one bottle, if I could get it, if I could only buy one bottle, it would be William LaRue Weller. But like realistically, that's a special occasion at that proof. So, if that's the only thing I got, I would rather have 5 107s than one of those. But I would rather have both, I guess, if I could get it. Auburn isn't going to Final Four. Well, Mac, I appreciate your optimism. Thank you for that.
Thank you for
You're just a joy, just a ray of sunshine. I'm here having a good time, man. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to chill out. I got my team. I got a little enthusiasm going. Let me have it for a little while, Mac. Let me have it. You ain't got to bring me down to earth. They'll do it. And they might. They might.
They have before.
Honestly, they would have if we'd have been in the right bracket. But they got the toughest bracket. Duker says Hillrock stinks. I don't know if you just saw the thumbnail or if you're just way behind, man. But somebody let him know to hit that fast forward button. Did you ever I didn't think it stunk. I just didn't think it was great either. Did you ever have Old Ezra 7-year rye? I don't think so. I don't think I've had the rye. My Aztecs are going to take down your Auburn Tigers in the second round.
Who are the Aztecs?
San Diego State.
San Diego State.
Okay. You want to bet, Kurt? Is that what we do in here? Mm-hmm. Make a little friendly wager?
When do all these games start?
Auburn plays Friday.
Like this coming Friday?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some play-in games. I'm assuming there may be some games Thursday. I don't know.
What
Something
time
like
Friday?
that. It's like 5 o'clock, I think.
Oh, okay.
I need to check what time zone, though. Not real sure. But I'm not getting a lot done Friday, that's for sure. Running Man, what is your favorite celebrity whiskey? I need to go back to it because it's been a while. I need to go back to it. So, like ASAP Rockies or ASAP Rockies or whatever his name is, pretty good mix. It's meant to be a mixer, though. You're not drinking that neat. But it's a pretty good mixer. Let's see. Outside of that, like probably Puncher's Chance, which is the guy like, let's get ready to rumble. Not him, but his brother.
Not him, but his brother.
I thought it was him at first. I was like, oh, that's cool. No, Bruce Buffer.
Oh, yeah, didn't you make a video? Where
I did make a video, and then I had to like, no, not him. Had to cancel that video. That's probably the best one so far to me. But it's been a while, and I've had a lot of celebrity whiskey. So honestly, we probably need to go back through them. Excuse me. We've got a lot of celebrity whiskeys we want to pick up because apparently every celebrity has a whiskey now, and we probably need to blind them or try them. Jordan, well, I'm ahead. I'm reading them before they're ready. Now I'm the one jumping the gun. So longer we get in the stream, I get impatient. I got to get that gap down to where they pop up faster.
Yep.
Jordan, Go Pack ACC champs for the first time since 1987. Pack? Wolf Pack, I assume? NC State? Is that what we're talking about? I was like, the Packers? When's the Brewzle cruise, Jill?
Ooh, I don't know. That would be interesting to see.
Oh, that did not get better. It's not better than your blend. It's interesting, but it's not terrible, but it's not better than your blend. I was expecting it to be your blend, and it wasn't. Someone say Packers? Exactly. They play basketball? I'm assuming he's talking about the NC State Wolf Pack. Mine will be the best celebrity whiskey made, Big Joe says. I don't think that's celebrity whiskey. How did Travelers do?
Gosh, that's
Jill, how did Travelers do? Give it a score.
Oh, gosh.
Give it a Jill score, a Jilly score.
That's not fair.
The Heaven's Door 10 was actually real. The Heaven's Door 10 might be it. That's a good point. The Heaven's Door 10, good stuff. So it's one of those where I had it a lot after the Puncher's Chance. So that would have a real strong chance. What's your score?
Okay. This is hard because I think it has a lot of potential if they had not put water in it.
They did not put water in it.
So
it would be a powder if they didn't have water in it.
I'm gonna have to say
On a scale of sludge to trash.
this really hurts my feelings because I love Chris Stapleton.
Well, Chris Stapleton's not in that bottle.
I know that, but his name is on that bottle. Anyway, I'm gonna have to say 4.
So worse than any of the things we tried.
Yeah.
Was it worse than the Hillrock?
Oh, I didn't rate.
You didn't rate that one.
4.5.
4.5.
It's got some redeemable qualities in there. Like, you could add it to. I think it was pretty good with the Dr. Pepper Zero, just not with the Coke.
It's a mixer.
Yeah.
It's a mixer.
So 4.5, which makes me really sad because I was really hoping.
You had high hopes, and we all did. That's why it was so hard to get for the first few weeks after it dropped. And I was talking to a liquor store the other day when I got that one in Knoxville. Liquor store's like, yeah, we were trying. They were pushing real hard for us to buy a bunch of it, and I'm glad we didn't. Because I don't know if we're going to sell the stuff we got. So apparently people really think we need to take a cruise. Kyle does say, how about the whiskey Gypsi by Eric Church? Grab that for me. It's right behind it's just GYPSI, right behind the spigot there. Have you ever tried Mike Drop? If so, is it worth hunting for? I have never tried that, Buck. Sorry.
JY?
Yep, JY. Sorry, it's not GY. JY. Yep. This is the new thing from Eric Church. Do I get a fresh Glen for this one?
Sure thing.
A lot of folks want the cruise, Jill. What are your thoughts on a cruise?
I love a cruise.
Here's my problem with a cruise.
But a cruise with bourbon, I'm not sure about that. I don't want nobody falling overboard.
I don't want any liability on anybody falling over.
Yeah,
you fall overboard,
no-no.
that's on you, bro. But also, cruise ships hold a lot of people. And we might could just say, here's a Royal Caribbean cruise or something, or Carnival, whatever. I don't care what boat. And we just say, hey, we're going to be there if y'all want to come. We just party the whole boat together. But like an actual official Brewzle cruise, I don't know if we could book out a whole boat. That seems risky. So, Eric Church.
Cruise up and down the Kentucky Lake.
There we go. We just cruise around Louisville on the river. This is a blend of things that I can't read in the dark. This is a blend of 70% bourbon of 7 years old. It is 21% Canadian rye of 20 years old, and it is 9% American single malt of 4 years old. And so Canadian rye and single malt do not sound like things that I would be big fans of. What are you laughing at?
Grant. He says, adding cruise to my plan list.
Oh, Lord.
Matthew McConaughey has Long Branch Wild Turkey.
Well, but not anymore, but yeah. I mean, Long Branch still exists, but he's not a thing. He's not attached to it, but that's not my favorite.
Sam has a good point. Start with the Brewzle Fest on land. We haven't had the one on land yet. We really need to get on that.
The funny thing is about this is it has a lot of characteristics of a particular whiskey that I do not care for. But the characteristics of it are the things I like of the whiskey that I don't care for, if that makes sense, right? And so try to put this very carefully so that this doesn't come back to haunt me later. But I am not a huge fan of George Dickel. Y'all may know this. I may have told you. I don't know if I've ever, sorry if I broke the news to you so casually like that. Sorry. But what I don't like is the minerality of it. The vanilla sweetness, some of the fruitiness. So like Joshua, I don't know if Joshua's still here, but he let me try the Blue Note 17, and that 17-year-old George Dickel tasted more like Fruity Pebbles than the Flintstone Vitamins. Still a whole Flintstone
Fruity
reference.
Pebbles is good.
Yeah, it's like it was sweet, fruity, but it didn't have the minerality that you get with the Flintstone Vitamins. So it's just swapped Flintstone references. This has a lot of those kind of caramel fruit notes, vanilla fruit notes. Like, and my palate's a little messed up. I'm having sinus issues with all the pollen, but you probably hear me breathe. But it's got just a hint, maybe, and it's really more like a slight dry oakiness than a minerality. But overall, I really like it. Like, I really think that's an interesting whiskey, but it's a little weird. Eric Church Jack Daniels, man, I'm pretty sure those are just Jack Daniels single barrel proofs. That's all. All right. Sazerac's Tennessee distillery is called Sazerac of Tennessee, but will be its own brand one day. Interesting. I'm wondering if they just didn't have enough aged whiskey. I don't know much about it. Hold on, I got to clear my throat here. I got a cough. We're going to mute. That way y'all didn't have to hear that. That sinus clearing cough there. What do you think? Like, it's interesting to me. It's weird. but interesting. What do you think?
Do you know what I got on that?
What did you get on this?
Muscadine.
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 Not muscadine. Muscadines. Muscadines.
I
She got
totally get
muscadines.
muscadines.
Garrett, have you hunted in Oregon? The coast is
Oh my
stunning.
gosh.
I have not hunted in Oregon. It's on the list. Josh says, have you had Penelope Rip? I don't know what the Rip is, Josh. So I don't think I've had
I
it.
like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is really
But that
interesting.
tastes like muscadines to me. You don't get that?
I'm getting kind of
I get it
a fruit-
overwhelmingly.
Yeah, it's,
Like overwhelming. Like
me and you taste muscadines
hit you
very,
in
very
your
differently.
face muscadine.
We tasted very differently. But like I wouldn't have said that's a Canadian rye. But I think with the kind of fruity spiciness I'm tasting is the rye. And then, it's obviously got the caramel notes of bourbon.
I like that.
But I don't pick up a ton of malt, but it's the malt is the lowest of the blend. So that's pretty good. I don't know if that would be a contender for best celebrity whiskey. I don't know if it's better than a Heaven's Door 10-year, and honestly, I would have to try it against a puncher's
Who's the
chance.
Heaven Door 10-year?
That's Bob Dylan.
Oh.
Richie!
They have a beautiful bottle. And
I love the bottle. This is the best packaging. I love this hand. Honestly, I want to find this bottle. That's what I want to do for our whiskey. Richie says, hey, Brewzle, what do you think of Knob Creek Single Barrel at 115 proof? And I would definitely love to join in a hunt next time you're in Texas. So stay in touch. Like we normally post those to patrons when we're going to be in a place and see if anybody's there. I'd like a Knob Creek Single Barrel at 115. Honestly, I want to say most of the Knob Creek Single Barrels I've had are 120. So I'm going to judge on the 120 proof. But those are really good. Like, it's hard to beat a Knob Creek at 120 proof. Will is drinking a Coors Banquet in my honor, not yours, in my honor. Will's still trying to grow up to get his whiskey palate. He did end up with a really nice bottle. Have you opened that bottle yet, Will? He got an Old Fitz 8-year in a decanter.
Oh, really?
He did, yes. I passed on it. He took it. I passed on it so he could take it. But is the non-cigar blend Joseph Magnus worth it? I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't dislike them, but it's just like not to my taste profile. So like the only Magnus I've had that I'm just over the top in love with is the cigar blends. And I love all the ones I've tried of those. I absolutely love them. The regular Joseph Magnus, it's good. It's good whiskey. It's just not what I'm looking for typically. Tim with the super chat. If you meant to leave a message there, Tim, let me know. But he did post #1 fan.
#1 fan.
Appreciate it. Let's see. Did Will say he tried that bottle or not?
He hadn't said.
No. Okay. The Knob Creek Barrel Pick Ryes are 115. I don't think I've had a Knob Creek Barrel Pick Rye. So, Chris, Clyde Mays is good. I like Clyde Mays. Like it's almost like apple juice. Like it has a real interesting sweet kind of apple note to it. Their Alabama style whiskey is even more of that, and then their bourbon has just a slight hint of it. But we really like the single barrel we got from them for sure. So, Major Zero in the chat here is wondering when he's going to get his Old Dominick pick.
Go Team Vance.
Maybe Grant would know. I don't know. Wish Nancy Fraley was in here so we can get one of those 140 proof barrels. Maybe I should I should have said nice things. We probably have no chance now with me not loving the normal Magnus stuff. So we're out of luck now, Grant. Sorry. But let Major Zero know when he's going to get that Old Dominick pick. Do we have any updates? I don't think we have any timeline on them bottling it, but I wouldn't expect it to be too terribly long. So we are going to, if you were there for the overall pick, for the audience pick, for the group pick, those, we're probably going to send those out to the RSVP list if you want one of those. Those were, in our blind at the end of the night, the best of the barrel picks, although they were all excellent. And then the rest of them will go to our retailer and be available in a drop. So a drop for the Brewzle Club. If you're interested in those types of drops, we try to do one every 2 months. Just join the Brewzle Patron and we'll let you know when it's time to do one of those. Right now, probably end of April. It might push just a little bit beyond that. We're just waiting on barrels to arrive. Those Old Doms will definitely not make it for that drop, but they might be in the following one. So, all right, E.H. Taylor, rye in the wild for the first time today. Any thoughts? Love it. One of my favorite ryes. Like that's top 5, 6 rye for me for sure. So if you get one of those, grab it. 100%. When am I doing a double oaked barrel pick? We should have a Crittenden's double oaked coming. It's been in the second barrel for 2 years. That should be in the next drop, I think. I'm hoping. If not the next drop, definitely the drop after that. We are waiting on a few barrels to arrive, but we got a Crittenden's double oaked, and then we are talking with some folks about doing our own double oak so we can do a big double oak batch. So we're gonna have a lot of double oaks over the next year. When are we getting our Aaron Dirty Glen merch? Sam wonders. I think we need a Dirty Glen. What we need, like, do we call it Dirty Glen or is it Aaron? I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how, like, we need to market that now. But like, the problem is only like 1,000 people are going to understand the reference at best, and only like a couple of hundred of them would be interested in that. But if a couple of hundred were interested in an Aaron Dirty Glen, we will work on a design. That would be funny. Let's see. What's your favorite bourbon on the rocks? I don't really drink whiskey on the rocks, Brandon. I think ice adds a lot of harshness to it. So not a huge fan of on the rocks. The Loop Homestead Garden. Have you heard of Buffalo Trace Kosher? Yes. I have a Kosher wheat. I believe we did buy the Kosher High Rye. Wasn't a huge fan of the Kosher wheat, but the Kosher High Rye, which is their bourbon, it's not a rye, it's their bourbon, but it's their high rye mash bill, was actually really nice. Really enjoyed that one. We found one of those in New York for like 70 something bucks. Enjoyed that. Please do a 1792 pick, Frank says. I'll have to check that out. I really want a 12. Can we get a 1792 12 year? Barton, hit a man up. Let me know. I don't know. I'm not going to beg for it. Somebody told me the other day in one of these, like, quit begging for bottles. Okay. All right, cool. I'm not begging. Just saying, if you're interested in doing a 12-year pick, I will most definitely do that. I don't think they do 12-year picks, though. Right on the apple juice with the Clyde Mays, Tony says. You're being awfully quiet.
I'm just listening to you, babe.
But I just keep talking if you don't say anything. So
You want me to
they should be
chime in?
begging. Yeah. Some don't. They don't usually beg. That's the problem. So Beach Sand says, tell Major Zero is sending it to his old address and the new homeowner. Say thank you. All righty. So apparently he's not getting his bottles. Let's try a mail call here. We're going to try something that came in the mail today.
Okie dokie.
Now we got to be gentle here. We can't be gentle. We're just gonna go for it. Grant's gonna be holding his breath here. We got 3, and y'all get to decide which ones we're gonna try. Okay? You get to decide in the chat what we're gonna do here, because I would pick differently than probably y'all are gonna pick, if I'm just gonna be honest. These are all from New Orleans. This is a single barrel Irish Channel blended whiskeys, Irish American. This thing is, I can't read the proofs on that. What does that say?
63.2%
alcohol.
yeah.
Okay, so 120 something proof. I'm probably not gonna like that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I might, but I'm probably not. This is New Orleans Bywater 4-grain bourbon.
46.5.
Okay, so not high.
Yeah.
Okay, batch number 2. Like, this is small distillery, new stuff, right? And then,
Are these from the same company?
yes, all 3. And this is New Orleans Bywater 4-grain straight bourbon whiskey at 56.6%. I can read that one. So was this a single barrel? What's the diff? 4-grain bourbon, 4-grain straight bourbon. All righty.
Alrighty.
Don't know exactly what we're getting ourselves into with these two. I say we try the 2 bourbons. That's what I say. But y'all let me know right now in the chat. Y'all pick. Something failed.
Sounded like something fell back.
I hit and something fell. I don't know what it was. Y'all let me know which one of these. I think this is 7-3 Distilling, I believe is their name. Yep, 7-3 right there. Out of New Orleans. They sent us some bottles. We are thinking about doing a barrel pick with them. And I need y'all to tell me which of these we're going to try. What I'm going to do, though, is I need to go to the restroom because I have been drinking a lot of water today because I'm trying to lose some weight. And I got to go pee. And Jill now gets to keep y'all entertained.
Oh, my goodness. That's
while
not
I do
fair.
that. So I'm going to put this
All
right
right.
here so y'all can't hear me. And then you, look, Jill is, they're dropping a poll there. And you need to keep them entertained.
Should TJ and Jill try all three? Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. We do not need to try all three. Let's just do 2 of these. Thank you. 2. The one with the green label. They all have green labels. Blind them for him. Ooh, I should blind them. But they're not all open yet. That would take too long. I guess I could start opening them, huh? Book a Disney cruise while he's gone. I don't have my computer down here. I can't. All 3. I think all 3 is winning, Thomas. I really do. Ooh, he said go ahead and blind them. Look at me. I get to blind them. These are actually easy to open. That's a plus. I like that. I like that about these bottles. Oh, Alexa said, sorry, I don't know that. I'm going to get the colored ones, the colored Glencairns, so I know what I am doing here. You got to stay in the bathroom until I'm done now.
All right, you haven't started yet, have you?
No.
All right, I'm coming through. I just got to grab my mic so I could just make fun of you while you're doing this.
All right. Jill, talk to us. I am talking. All right. The people voted. All 3. My goodness.
Of course they voted all 3. What else would you expect from this group? Also, there's no hats for me to change into because this over here is a freaking mess while we work on the new studio. And there's hats, but I can't get to them. Y'all can hear the echo from the new studio if you want. I'm sure this is pleasant.
Ooh, cork pop.
Jill's not talking to y'all, is she?
Yeah, I was talking. Why are you not talking? I thought you were talking.
Well, I mean, I was trying to let you do your thing, Jill. It's very echoey in here, so I'm going to step back into this room, but I'm not looking. So I don't have all that really bad reverb in there.
I have to take a picture so I know what is what.
Jill,
So don't come in here yet.
because she's going to forget. And that's where it gets fun, because then all of our very scientific results are invalidated at that point. Our highly scientific stuff.
This is very scientific.
Yes.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
Nice, that was fast. I guess that's the benefit of not talking that much, is you get done really quick.
Yeah, like I can't do that. I can't talk.
You can't do things and talk at the same time. You can't multitask.
I can multitask,
doing?
but not when talking is
Okay,
involved.
right now in the chat, y'all go ahead and guess which one you think is going to be number 1. Guess your order, okay? Single barrel bourbon, or actually it was straight bourbon, and the American, was it Irish American blend, okay? So this is hard. Blue, red, green. Oh, you're talking about glasses. Okay, yeah, I got you. Y'all, I was like, what is that? It's like all the bottles are kind of the same color label. They were throwing me off for a minute there.
That was rude.
What was rude?
A comment. I won't even talk about it. It's not even worth it. That was rude. You know who you are.
Oh,
rude.
Google? Googie? Well, don't be rude to Jill.
I'm not boring at all whatsoever. Thank you very much.
It definitely has a lot of barrel char on it. Now, they use 53-gallon barrels from what I understand, but they're also in Louisiana. So it starts to taste like a Texas whiskey at that point.
Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa said Jill rocks.
Okay.
And James says, we love you, Jill. Thank you.
Be kind to Jill. Into BBQ, sipping on a Weller Foolproof and munching on Dot's pretzels.
Dot's pretzels are the best.
Have you tried the Gold Bar whiskey line? I want to say I tried a Gold Bar once, and I want to say it was awful, but maybe I'm misremembering. But I thought it was, if it's the one I'm remembering, it was no bueno.
I got Ava a huge bag of the Dot's pretzels today. They're the best pretzels ever. If you've never had Dot's pretzels, you are missing out. They are awesome.
When he said munching, I thought he was going to go for the Dunkin' King's Munchkin Skewers.
The what?
The Dunkin' King Munchkin Skewers. I think that's what it's called. You haven't seen the commercial with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon?
Oh,
they're all
yeah.
like, the Dunkin' King Munchkin Skewers.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Irish American for sure.
The person who sent the samples are in the chat, so be careful.
Mm.
That's what Grant said.
Be very gentle. We're going to be honest. That's what I told the team. I was like, it's dangerous for us to just try stuff on the live stream because I'm just going to be honest about it. I'm pretty sure that's the Irish American, and I like it better than I thought I would. Still don't love it, but I like anything Irish, not my jam. A lot of barrel char on those two bourbons. Like they got a ton of oakiness out of it. Like I feel like I don't know if it's humidity down there, if it's extreme heat. Tons and tons of barrel char on that. Give me the water. Oh, Jill brought me baby oil. Look at this.
That's not baby oil.
That's baby oil right there.
That's
Fiji
the good
water.
water.
She brought me that baby oil. They're double oaked. Maybe. They're definitely. Are they double oaked? I don't say they're double oaked, do they?
They don't. Well, I don't know. Do they say it? He says it. He sent you the sample, so I think you would know.
Adam sent me the samples.
Yep.
Okay. Well, there you go.
June?
They don't say that. So now we got some judging to do.
It's New Orleans style whiskey.
I'm going to try to be all professional about this.
I do not see. It says they are.
There you go.
In the southern heat.
In the southern heat, yeah. That's where it gets that barrel char. This is very, very stressful. I got to get it right. There's no wrong here, but.
Will says, so the merch budget got reduced so we could buy Fiji water. No, I actually got a really good deal on that Fiji water, William. I got it at Sam's Club today, and it was a really good price. It was on sale, actually. Thank you.
Okay, locked in my order. That's it.
Can I try them?
No. It's not possible. Oh, we want funny stories when I walk away. They want you to spill all my secrets.
Oh. Well, then don't ask me to pour a blind.
Josh says, don't pick that Traveler last.
Ooh. I don't know which one that one is, but I like that one.
Okay. Is the new app going to have MSRP available? It should, if we have that data. Like, we might not have it on every bottle right offhand because, you know, amazingly, that's not the easiest that's not the easiest data to get. But it's yes, it should have MSRP. And we're going to do some cool stuff with pricing after we launch it.
Smells like frosting.
Smells like frosting. I feel like that's the Matthew McConaughey movie where he, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? It's frosting. Orlando, this summer is what I'm targeting. I'm targeting this summer. So we're still months away. Months and months and months. I mean, maybe not that many months, but months.
Months and months and months.
Yeah, do you have an order? Because I've set my order. Okay. What has a good taste for you to compare for E.H. Taylor? Well, E.H. Taylor is, I mean, are you asking about available whiskey? Because if you're talking about like available whiskey, go with the benchmark stuff, right? Buffalo Trace, $20-something around. Big Joe, take it easy. If you're talking about like just kind of like E.H. Taylor, but maybe a little better, Rock Hill Farms, but hard to find those. Cheers, Marty McCormick. This is my order. 1, 2, 3. What's your order?
That's my order too.
You agree?
Mm-hmm. This is my favorite.
What's green?
I don't remember. Hold on. Green is good.
How much will they have? It won't cost anything, Josh. There might be some like, you got to be a member of the club to, there might be like a club, kind of subscription to access some features, but we haven't really defined what those features are.
Whoa.
So it's going to be a really nice app without you paying anything.
That's green.
That's the green. So this one.
And then the red is this one.
This one had a little less barrel char and the sweetness came through more on it.
And then this one is the blue.
I pegged that one right out of the gate. This one has that barrel char. It's starting to, it doesn't really come across too much as raisiny. Maybe just a hint of that, just a little hair.
It's really good. I like whatever this is. 4 grain. It's a 4 grain.
It is, I think this is a 4 grain too, though.
Oh, okay.
I just don't really understand the difference between them. Straight bourbon and bourbon. But I don't know if there's more difference than that.
4 grain straight
Yeah,
bourbon.
that's the straight bourbon. This is just bourbon.
This one's really good.
Yeah. So this is the better one to me out of this batch. So, winner. Not like I don't like Irish whiskey. This one was better. I like this better than I thought I would, to be honest with you. But it's, it's obviously blended with some American whiskey of some sorts. And the more I drink of that one, the more that barrel char starts to tame down, the more I like it. Like it's good, but it starts to get better and better.
I liked it the first.
As I drink more of it, that barrel char starts to round out a little bit, and I just get more interesting kind of caramel sweetness on it. Oh, let's see. What did we miss? But yeah, the benchmark stuff's good there, Philip, for sure. I'm out. 4 o'clock comes too. So yeah, 4 o'clock is really early there, Beach Sand, so take it easy. And don't forget, if you are a patron or if you join the patron, patron.com/Brewzle, I'm going to jump into the supporter-only chat over on Discord here after this stream. So I'll take a little break, take a few minutes. I'll, probably go get another drink or something, come down here and hang out over in that chat where everybody can talk. And we may be trying out stages tonight. Because we got a lot of folks in there last time.
Really?
Like the last couple of times, there have been a lot of folks, and some folks don't know how the mute button works. So we got to try to evolve that to make it a little better. But, everybody can talk and ask questions. It's not just about me. And there's no Jill whatsoever, which is much better.
So sorry.
For nobody. It's much better for nobody.
Good recovery.
She joined last time. She was there for a little bit.
Not last time.
Only
the time before that.
626 hit the thumbs up button. Wow. I don't know what to do about that, man. There's nothing I can do to get people to hit the like button, to smash that like button. I guess we got to incentivize somebody. If you drink every time TJ says barrel char, you'll drink a dozen times over. Well, I mean, if something has a lot of, I'm trying to find ways to describe the flavors we're talking about. And so maybe I'm not great, maybe I don't have a huge vocabulary to describe those flavors. I don't want to be a guy that gives you like 50 tasting notes. I'm not going to be that guy. This tastes like bubble gum and, chartreuse and, freaking your grandma's peppermint. And it's like, I'm trying to pick up a few notes. And so when you get barrel char, like sometimes that manifests itself in a few different ways. This one doesn't hit me as much with like those kind of dark fruit notes, but
I don't guess I get what barrel char is yet.
My goal, that Hillrock's just full of it.
Really?
Just kind of, just like harsh oakiness. And so I'm just trying to find a way to describe it, and those are the words I have. So I will work on better words. We need a secret word to sip. That word is whiskey. Super chat. Tyson versus Paul. I'm watching that. That's a freak show. I'm like, come on, man. That's crazy. I don't know. Like some of the rules are kind of nuts that they've leaked out there, but you can't bet against Mike Tyson in that one for sure. You can't. Like that's crazy. Mike Tyson is fighting a YouTuber.
I saw that.
That's great.
I don't understand that, but I saw that.
Utazamo, Jameson says. Tyson's an animal, but he's a 60-year-old animal. Like he might leave this fight and join AARP and retire into, some sort of community of swingers.
I saw him practicing on TikTok. He don't look like he gonna retire on nothing.
Yeah, but like practice is a different.
Saying.
Like he looks good. He looks good for his age. He looks great for his age, but practice is a different animal. Like he's just sitting there hitting something, right? They're not fighting back. They're not trying to hit you back. I think he could destroy Jake Paul, but the problem is like at this point, Mike Tyson is not fighting to destroy anybody. Mike Tyson is fighting for a paycheck. And when you're fighting for a paycheck, you're liable to just take a clause or have an unwritten agreement that says you're there to put on a show. And don't destroy the guy. You're there to put on a show. Like when Jake Paul, it was Logan Paul that fought Floyd Mayweather. Like you can't tell me Floyd Mayweather didn't have an agreement that he wouldn't try to knock the guy out. You can't tell me that because he didn't try to knock the guy out. And I just think Tyson might be under a similar agreement where it's just like, hey man, let's box, but don't destroy me. Like don't give me brain damage. Don't knock me out. Like don't just come at me that hard. Like take it easy on me. Let's put on a show. And that's just like, come on.
Will Gamble, you should be ashamed of yourself.
What Will say?
He's just crazy.
Alan Kramer, Meta Modernity Bourbon. I saw one of the store picks. Looks like, no, don't get it. Do not, no, Alan, no. And don't clip this into a short. Do not buy the Meta, not the one I got. Do not buy the Meta Modernity that I bought. Don't do it. Just don't. All I'm gonna say, don't buy it. I gotta find Taylor Swift versus Jill. Is that what he's talking about? Is that what you're laughing at?
Will Gamble. Me and Taylor are just gonna drink wine together. We're not gonna box. I can guarantee you that.
Well, what's interesting about the Pauls is that they're not going for legitimate boxing careers. They are going for the spectacle. Like they are showmen. They are going for money. They are going for whatever gets everybody excited. And that's what they're doing. And they're great at it because I'm super excited to see this. But I want to see Mike Tyson knock the dude out. I want to see the guy literally, I don't want to see a split decision. I want to see Jake Paul laying on the mat. That's what I want to see. And that's not because I dislike Jake Paul. I don't have any difference. But it's just like I want to see a 57-year-old Tyson that still got it. And if a 57-year-old Tyson still got it, Jake Paul doesn't stand a chance. But like I just don't think I'm going to get that. I think it is all rigged to a certain degree, and Jake Paul may lose, but he's not going to get put on the mat. I hope I'm wrong. Northwoods, what's a goody fruit-forward bourbon on for my beautiful wife, Kayla? So fruit-forward, again, the Buffalo Trace stuff, the Weller. I would say if my wife were just getting into whiskey, I would say a Weller Special Reserve.
Okay.
That's what I would go for. Do you like Weller Special Reserve?
I don't know.
Well, you need to try it before we get off. The last pour before the stream ends. Right behind you there, you see the Wellers? Behind that full proof is a green label Weller Special Reserve. Jill's going to give it a try just for you.
Nope, that's a 12.
It's a green label back there somewhere.
These bottles are too close together.
They're very well spaced.
No, they're not.
Have you tried the Eagle Rare Bourbon County Stout? It's fantastic. Also, the Sam Adams Utopia. So I tried the Utopia. We filmed a short on that. I didn't like it at first, but man, it really grew on me as I drank it. Really good. I have not had the Eagle Rare yet. I have one. It's in the fridge, and I'm thinking about drinking it. Probably not tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to film some stuff. I'll probably drink it Thursday for a video. That would be the try, or the try, the low one. That would be like the date to try it, is what I'm trying to say. Jill was supposed to cigar blend. You were supposed to do cigar blend. That was supposed to be, I promise, we got to try cigar. Just a little pour here. Little, or you skip that.
I can't because Kayla needs to know if it's any good or not.
Yeah, okay. I got to find the Magnus cigar blend though. That's the problem. Like, can I even locate that bottle? While you're trying this, I'll try the cigar
Yeah, Will
blend.
said he'll be here Friday. Wait for him.
Okay. But Thursday's when I was filming. So my cigar blends might be back there. I might not even be able to locate them for this. What is it?
Where do you think they're at?
I don't know. Like, did we drink all? I honestly, the cigar blend I have open might have got drank. So I'm going to go grab a new bottle of cigar blend. We will open it. It'll be a new batch that I have not tried. We will both try it.
Special Reserve. What is this proof?
90, I think.
90?
Yep.
Yep, 90 proof. Okay.
What do you think, Jill? You're not talking. You're being very quiet.
That's because I'm drinking.
I'm pretty sure I have another cigar blend back here, but like, Lord have mercy, where is it? I don't know.
I think that one's really good.
You like that? So, like, for an entry level, though.
I wouldn't say it's sweet. I mean, it's sweet, but it's not as sweet as maybe it could be.
Okay.
So
What
what's
do you mean by
sweeter
that?
than this?
Do what?
What would be a more sweet?
I think
word?
most people would characterize that as pretty freaking sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's excessively sweet. I'd say it's somewhere in the middle of sweet.
Okay.
But that's just me.
That's just you. Oh, there's my cigar blend right there. Found it. Found it. Y'all have no idea how bad it is back here
I mean,
as far
it's
as
a
organization goes.
It's a pleasant bourbon. I would just think maybe something a little more sweet. If it's your first bourbon, yeah, I would. What is just like a tad bit more sweet than this?
Jill's sweet receptors must be low today.
No.
Found it.
Found it.
The old cigar blend right here.
I mean, that one's good. I
All right.
prefer more proof, but
Add it to the infinity blend here, Jill. That's what I'm going to finish the stream on. There's not a lot left. Yeah, well, you would like a little more proof, but I'm just saying somebody who's new wouldn't prefer
yeah,
the
I
proof,
get
right?
that.
That's what I'm going for. Grab us one more Glencairn. We
wasn't
will
that-
share this Joseph Magnus cigar blend. Steve Ross says Turkey 12 is outstanding. Is there a bottle opener over there that you can see? Like, this plastic is, I might get it from the bottom here. It's pretty thick plastic though. I don't have a knife on me. Oh, I might have got it broken. There we go.
yeah, got it.
Look at there. No great cork pops tonight. All right, now, Jill, this right here is going to be a blend of things that I can't read. Straight bourbon whiskey finished in Armagnac, sherry, and cognac cask.
Wow, that's a lot of.
This is batch 150, so they probably doing a bunch of batches. And this one is 115 proof. which I think is a lot lower proof than the last one. Now, I have not tried this one. Empty Dodge got a Blue Notes uncut store pick today. Dude, those are pretty affordable, and a lot of them are really, really good. So you could have done really good there. Just depends on the pick you got. Do I like the 10-year Willet Purple Top? Yes, I like the 10-year Willet Purple Top a lot there, McSweetie.
That's good.
You like that? See, I figured that was right up your jam. So Nancy Fraley, who is in the stream here sometimes, I believe, I mean, it seems to be her, she does the blend for this.
That's real good.
And so that's why I want her to help us do a cigar blend.
Sweet to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you don't
proof.
jump on that.
No,
you don't jump on that if you're a beginner.
I get that. But something like that, but less proof.
Which is Weller Special Reserve.
Really?
It's fruit forward, it's sweet, it's simpler, right? Being lower proof. Like that, that is so good.
That's really good.
I don't think this is better than the batch I had before. And I don't remember what that batch is, but that is so good.
This is delicious. Whatever this is. Yeah. I'm glad there were no cigars used in the making of this. Because I would not partake of it.
Apparently Jill's she's not into drinking cigar. I can tell you
No.
from experience with some of the tasting notes videos, drinking cigars is bad for your health. Okay, I was sick for like 3 days after that tasting notes video where we just like threw a cigar into the blender.
Nancy also blended the Irish one that we had tonight.
There you go. Which I thought was good. I just don't like Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
So I was just like, Irish whiskey's not my jam. I liked it better than I thought I would. I will give you that. So, which means it's good. It's just not like, it's hard to have Irish whiskey, a lot of Irish whiskey in something, or Scotch, single malts. Hard to have a lot of that in something and for me to love it.
That's good.
That is a fantastic bottle. All right, we are past time. I appreciate all y'all hanging out again. I'm going to be in the Discord supporter-only chat here shortly. They may be setting up a stage. We may do it old school like we've been doing it. I don't know. I'll find out when I show up, like y'all will find out when you show up. I'm gonna, go grab a drink. It's gonna take me 5 or 10 minutes to get over there. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We should be live next Monday, no problem, same time. What is it?
What about a Knob Creek for Kayla? Like, what is like a lower proof Knob Creek?
Knob Creek. There's a low. But like, not everybody likes that nuttiness. Like the great thing about Buffalo Trace,
Okay, gotcha.
and I appreciate you jumping right in at the end
Sorry,
there.
I just had
like
my thought.
half of the negative feedback we get is like, these people can't stay on topic. They're jumping around all over the place. And
Really?
Yes. They want us to act like this is a video. Now,
This
granted,
is not a video,
a lot of that's feedback from folks that watch it back when it's a video.
You want
and they're
me
like, this
to
is not very
participate,
polished.
and then
No, it's all good. I'm
They're-
just
like, we
giving you a
don't
hard
ha-
time.
like,
It's
yeah,
fine.
no.
It's fine. You just waited till the last minute.
it just hit
And you
my
jumped
brain.
in with-
You know how my ADHD brain works.
I
Like,
gotta
I'm
give her
like,
some-
I gotta say it before I forget.
I'm going to give Jill just a few more minutes to think of another bottle before we call this straight.
No, it's fine. We're done. I'm so sorry that I.
You're not sorry.
Yeah.
I want you to find another bottle.
No, I said Knob Creek.
Now she's mad at me. I was just joking. I was picking. Calm down.
I'm not mad.
Like you jumped in randomly.
I'm not mad.
We didn't try the Infinity Blitz. What are we doing? We make all sorts of promises and then we don't deliver on them. I apologize for that. We ran off 100 people. 100 people are not going to see this.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And this smells fantastic. It's pretty good.
I don't know about that.
Pretty good. Like, it's pretty good.
Smells good.
It's pretty good. It's not as good as that first blend you did, but it's pretty good. Like, it's just a caramel. It's just a sweet caramel bomb.
That's not bad.
Not bad. All right, we did okay on that. Again, we will see y'all over on the
Good night.
Discord chat if y'all happen to make it. Appreciate y'all hanging out with you. I can't even talk. We've had too much whiskey. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And we will catch y'all next Monday.